Hello friends, welcome to BuzzByte. In today's video, we would be looking at ordinals, BRC20 tokens, because it is quite a buzz about. There is a lot of buzz about BRC20 tokens. As you can see here on cointelegraph.com, the clear headline is BRC20 tokens surpass 1 billion market cap, right? So yes, there is a lot of buzz, and so let's quickly talk about BRC20. And this video is about what to avoid in terms of the pitfalls as a new user who is trying to get into this BRC20 tokens marketplace. What you should be beware of, okay, and what pitfalls you should avoid, so as you don't burn your finger. So that's the whole agenda, that's the whole topic today we want to discuss. But before we discuss that, I just wanted to talk quickly about BRC20 tokens. What is it actually? Okay, so I don't know whether you are familiar with what we call it is a ERC20 token market, right? There is a there is a marketplace called OpenSea where you can buy and sell ERC20 tokens, right? So ERC20 tokens is basically based upon Ethereum chain, right? On Ethereum, right? Similarly, BRC20 is, you can think of it as like NFT which has been inscribed on Bitcoin chain. Okay, so this is like an NFT or a tokens which you can go and mint on top of Bitcoin. So that's what BRC20 token is. Some of the benefit of BRC20 is like it's fungible, it can be easily traded on marketplace like unisat or ordinals. It is secured because it's built on a very secured Bitcoin protocols, and it is seamlessly integrated with Bitcoin ecosystem, right? But what are the limitations of BRC20 as compared to ERC20, right? So ERC20, you can find thousands and thousands of tokens, right? If you go to coinmarketcap.com, you'll find at least 20,000 tokens on ERC20, right? But BRC20 is a kind of a recent thing which has come up in the last I would say 3 to 4 months. Okay, and though Bitcoin community is divided on ordinals versus they just want to keep the Bitcoin ecosystem, and some faction of people are against the ordinals. Ordinals is basically the inscription or the NFT that you can think of an NFT or inscription that you create on Bitcoin chain that we just talked about, right? So what are the limitations of BRC20? It's a very smaller or rather small ecosystem as compared to ERC20, right? If you really compare the two markets, right, ERC20 token market would be somewhere around $350 billion, right? Whereas if you just talk about BRC20, I just showed you, right, BRC20 is just around 1 billion market cap. So there is a lot of catching that needs to happen before BRC20 becomes like ERC20. So in the near term, definitely there is a lot of buzz around it, and it is definitely going to grow in the near term. There is a lot of hype, a lot of people are asking this question, what is BRC20, and everybody wants to hop on this new trend or a new thing in the cryptocurrency market, and everybody wants to make a quick buck, right? So a lot of people are moving into BRC20 ecosystem, right? But the problem is there are a lot of issues and a lot of things that you need to be aware before using BRC20 tokens. And I myself have got into this BRC20 marketplace and token in the last 1 week, and I had some good as well as bad experiences. Rather, I would say I burnt my fingers on some of the tokens. So I wanted in this video I wanted to highlight those, so that many people don't trade the same path which I took, so that you can be careful while minting these tokens, while using the different platforms, and so that you don't make those same mistakes. Because to be honest with you, if I have invested in unisat wallet, and that is unisat market, which you can see on the screen, and I have also invested in Ordinal marketplace. Okay, so I'll come to that. and roughly my initial investment has been around $1,000, 900 to 1,000 USD. In terms of Bitcoin, it would be around how much? It would be around 0.035 BTC. Okay. Again, this is a lot of money for us. We are not whales, so definitely it makes a lot of difference, especially if you end up losing a lot of money, even to the tune of $500. It's a lot of money for us, right? So I lost around, I would say, $400 to $500, and I want my viewers to be careful about it as you get into this system. Well, I'm not advising you not to get into this system or to get into this system. It's not an investment advice, okay? But in case you are trying to make trying to enter into this market, right? I would be highlighting some of the pitfalls. I would be sharing my experiences and knowledge with you so that you don't get into the similar issues. And I'll also share some of the strategies or some of the things that you should adopt as I have learned them in the past 1 week. Okay, so that's the broad objective of this particular video. So let's get into this. Okay, so first thing is there are two main, I would say, that I have come across. There are two main marketplace, which is one is the unisat.io. That's one where you can this is called unisat marketplace, and another one that I have come across is this ordinalwallets.com. okay, they also have a marketplace where you can buy and sell some of these ordinals. Okay, then there is something called BRC20.io. I have not personally I have not gone and explored this, but this basically gives you, right, so you can see here, this gives you the complete they also, I think, have a marketplace. Yeah, they also have a marketplace, I believe, but this tells you the different tokens which have been launched on BRC20. For example, Audi, Pepe, Meme, Moon, Domo. So these are the different tokens which have been launched, and how are they doing in terms of the market cap, what is the volume, what is the supply of these tokens. So all these things you can get details on brc20.io. It's a kind of a one-stop shop where you can easily get these data. Okay, so in that sense it's quite useful. As you can see here, the current market cap is around 832 million, and as I said that ERC20 token marketplace runs into more than $350 billion. So there is a lot of catching up which has to happen for the BRC20. Even if it goes to, let's say, 20 billion or maybe $50 billion in the next 10 months, it will do around 20 to 50x, right? So there is a lot of money which is going to flow into this market. So definitely having having a foot in the door is going to be very useful, is going to be profitable. But again, I would be a little careful as we get into this market, and tread carefully so that you don't burn your fingers or you don't lose your money. Okay, that's the whole idea. So let's get into this video in terms of first thing I'm going to talk about is how do you set up these wallets, right? So for Unisat, you can come to this tab, wallet, and you can install wallet. You can right now you can download it from the Chrome store. You can also download from GitHub. I would say that I would advise you to download from the Chrome store, and it will take you the process. You will it will ask you it will give you the seeds or recovery phrase. You need to note it down, capture it somewhere in your laptop or somewhere so that nobody can see, and because that would be used to recover the wallet in case you in this there is your computer get corrupted and you have to install this wallet on another laptop or a desktop. Then you will need those recovery phrase. Okay, so this is the Unisat wallet. That's how you install it. If you go to Ordinal wallets, same process here also. When you come here, it will prompt you. When you try to access it will prompt you to install the wallet. This wallet is called Ordinal wallet. Similar process as Unisat. It will ask you it will give you the secret recovery phrase. You need to note it down, and then once you create the wallet, then you can see, let's say for example here my wallet, there is no separate extension that you will see for the ordinal wallet as you are seeing for the unisat. Basically you have to come here and it will show you the balance amount of your Bitcoin into the wallet. Okay, so I'll come to this ordinal wallet. I'll explain you the issues or pitfalls that I faced here also. Okay, so let's go back to the unisat. Okay, so unisat wallet. So second thing is, before I move on to the second thing, which is basically I wanted to cover how do you get Bitcoins into these wallets. Let me also bit of cautionary advice. There are a lot of hype on the YouTube video, especially by some of the people or the YouTubers who saying that they are making millions of dollars using ordinals or using unisat wallets or using ordinal wallet or on these BRC20.io website by trading these tokens. Be careful, nobody can become a millionaire overnight. Maybe there are some exceptions, but if you don't if you become little careless, you might end up losing more money, at least initially. Okay, before you gain some money, right? People who have gone into or who have got into this market earlier, obviously they had the first mover advantage and now they have made some amount of money. I don't know whether they made $1 million. Could be, if they have, like, if somebody having some of the tokens like Audi, it's currently, it's quite if you look at here, it is trading at 72,420 sats per Audi, right? So people who have minted these tokens earlier, obviously they made a good amount of money, right? But now since the market has already evolved, and if you try to get into these marketplace and you try to mint tokens, there are a lot of things which are happening which might which you may end up losing money. Okay, so I just wanted to caution you guys. Okay, now let's come to the second point or second topic of this video, which is how to get Bitcoin to your wallet. Okay, there could be several ways to get Bitcoins to these wallets, but I am going to talk about what I did. So I have a Coinbase account. Okay, I have a Coinbase account. If you go to coinbase.com, this is the account, this is the place. Now here you have the send and receive features, right? So if you have some BTC in your account, you can actually come here and you have to get your wallet address as, let's, for example, unisat, right? So you have to get your wallet address here. Right now I don't know what is happening, but yeah, let me key in my password so that I can. So yeah, I mean I am just getting into. So if you come here, you can copy your wallet address here. If you just click here, it says copy it. So this copies the wallet address. Then you have to go to Coinbase account and put in here the wallet address, and then whatever amount you want to send. I don't have anything right now in my Bitcoin wallet, but you can put the amount here and then click on continue, and then it will ask you for the authenticator password. Once you put in there, then you can send your your Bitcoin from coinbase.com to these wallets. Okay, so the same process is also for the ordinals. Okay, here also the way, if you want to send it, this is your address. You need to copy this address, right? This address, ordinal wallet address, you need to copy it, go to Coinbase, put that address, and then whatever you put the amount, and then you can transfer the Bitcoins into these wallets. So this is what I have done. I have transferred in two batch. First time I transferred around 500 USD worth of Bitcoin. Second time again I transferred 500 USD worth of Bitcoin. So this is the process you follow. Okay, now let's talk about some of the pitfalls or issues that I faced, especially while using unisat, that you must be aware. Okay, first thing is, in the unisat marketplace, to use this marketplace you need to have minimum 20 unisat points. Okay, and I will come to how do you gather these unisat points. Okay, so if you want to trade, let's say buy these this particular token ORDI, right, or if you have some tokens and you want to sell it, then you for doing that it will always prompt you for getting these minimum 20 unisat points. Without getting 20 unisat points, it will not let you you can only view the marketplace, but it will not let you trade on the marketplace. Right now I would have shown you actually we can do one thing. Let's say I want to show you. Okay, I have disconnected my wallet. Okay, and let's see if I can access the marketplace. It is let's see if I want to buy this. Okay, well, I'm not getting that message, but the point is okay, this basically connected to my wallet, so probably, but point is, first time when you come in here, it will prompt you that you must have these 20 unisat points. Okay, and now to the process of getting these unisat points is basically you have to go to this on the top, what you see here, BRC20, right, and you will see here a list of all the BRC20 tokens which have already been minted or which are being minted as we speak, or as I'm creating this video. You can see here this is showing as in progress, right? So these are the ones which are in the process of getting minted. So the only way to get or not only way, but rather one of the, or rather majority of the people are doing this only. The one of the way to get this 20 unisat points is basically to come here and mint these tokens. Okay, so let's say I am trying to mint this CTRO, right? So I'll click on this CTRO, then you can see here something called mint directly. If you click on that, and then it will show you the repeat mint. Basically you want to mint 1, 2, 3 3 mints. So think of it this as a number of mints. So let's say, so you can actually do the mint in batches instead of doing individually. Okay, so let's say I'm doing 4 mint, and per mint the number of token is specified 89. Okay, so it will mint 89 tokens per mint. So you effectively you'll get 89 times 4. Okay, I think you can change this also. Let's say I change it to 100 and I'm minting 4. So mint amount must be less than, okay, so you can mint only 89 or less. So I would say that you leave this as it is. When you come here, just leave it as it is, whatever it shows, and basically alter these, how many number of these you want to mint. Okay, so let's say I want to mint 5. Okay, so then you click on next. Okay, it will show you these 5 inscriptions that you want to mint. Okay, so you can see here you are about to inscribe 5 BRC20. Then you will click on next. Okay, and then if you are connected to your wallet, this will automatically capture the wallet address. Okay, but if you are not connected to your wallet, then in that case you have to copy your wallet address and put it here. Okay, so this is something you need to remember. And then depending upon at what time you are trying to mint it, these are the gas fee. So economy is 234 sats, normal is 330 sats, and custom is basically, looks to me that this is more on aggressive side. So I think a month back the gas fees were somewhere around 100 sats per VB. Okay, but now you can see here, because of this whole hype and so much of buzz and the way the market is growing, the gas fees are also increasing day by day. So that is something you need to be cognizant about. In the future, this is only expected to grow more and not reduce further from here. So this is one point that you need to be cognizant of. Okay, so this is you basically choose the gas fee, and then you click on submit and pay invoice. Okay, and then if you have the BTC in your Unisat wallet, it will show you pay with Unisat wallet. Okay, and then when you click on this pay with Unisat wallet, it will go ahead and mint these tokens. Okay, and it will also show you how much amount you have to pay here. Okay, so that is something you need to be aware. For example, if I click on pay with Unisat wallet, right, in addition to this, okay, let me show you so that see the total amount is going to be my 0.0033, and then on top of that you also have to pay your network fee. Okay, so this is something not many people understand. They think that they think that whatever amount is being shown here is the final amount. No, that's not the case. You also have to pay a network fee on top of this amount, and that would be your total amount. So if you see here 0.0033 is the amount that is showing here, plus if you add the network fee, your total amount your spend amount would be 0.0038. Okay, so since I don't want to mint this one, I'm just going to reject it, but I wanted to show you the process of minting it. Okay, so this is something that you need to understand. Okay, so this is how you do it. Another thing is there are two strategy, okay, that you need to think about, or let me share that with you, and I'll also tell you some of what the issues that I face. Okay, so there are, as I said in the beginning, you need to have minimum 20 unisat points for you to trade on this unisat marketplace, right? So to get these 20 unit points, you have to come here and mint these tokens, right? So there are two strategies you can adopt. First one is which I am going to suggest that you should do that, but again, this is not an investment advice. You need to have your own strategy, study it and understand what works or suits best for you. Okay, so let me give you the first one. So first strategy is basically that you come to these tokens, okay, and wherever you see large number of holders, so I would click on holders, so that it sorts them in a descending order, right? And then probably look at the top ones and see whether you want to mint them. Okay, but again, see here, if you look at the top two ones, sats and doge, right, they have been, progress has been only 0.41%, and this is 0.012%. so I would avoid minting those tokens where the progress is very low. That's point number one. Okay, because what is going to happen is, if you mint them, these tokens are probably never going to have 100% completed, maybe because they have got a huge supply, and that's one of the reason why they are the progress is still pending, or it's still very low, less than 1%. Also, I have been seeing these two tokens for the last 3 to 4 days and they are not complete, whereas so many tokens have already completed in terms of 100%. Okay, so you need to be careful about that. So first thing is progress. You need to look at the progress. You also need to look at the holders. If there are a large number of holders and have made good progress, like more than 50%, then you try to mint them. Okay, so if I were you, I would probably look at con, and since I have to get 20 mints, okay, I have already crossed that, but since you have to get 20 mints, unisat points, right, you have to mint 20 tokens. Okay, each mint of the token is considered 1 point. Okay, so if you come here and if you click on so as I said, its progress is around 50%. It has got a sizable number of holders. I would be little comfortable to mint this. Okay, so I would go ahead and click on con, and as I showed you, you need to click on mint directly, and then repeat mint again here. Since these tokens, we don't know how they are going to perform in the future, I would be very careful to do repeat mint. Maybe may not, if I were you, I would not be minting more than 1 or 2. Okay, because more the spread you have in terms of the number of different tokens, there are chances that some of these may appreciate in the future. Okay, they may do 10 times. But if you buy, let's say 20 of this token and it doesn't do well in the marketplace, your entire money is sunk, right? Also let me tell you, per mint, I would say per mint, the gas fee that you would be paying would be around, if you look at these 366 sats, right, it would be around $20 to $30. So this is the fee. On top of this, you may end up paying some network fee, because somehow it doesn't total only to $20, it goes beyond that. So roughly around $20 to $30 of fee you would be paying per tokens, right? That's one. Second thing is, even if you say if you mint 2 items, it doesn't mean that you'd be paying less than 40 in this case. Let's say, so let's say per mint is 20.46. If you do 2 mints, it's 40.92, around $41. Somebody might say if you mint more, it could be less than 40. Let's say you mint 3, so somebody might say, oh, instead of paying 60, you may need to pay 50. It doesn't work like that. Whatever is the cost of one mint, if you mint multiple number of them, simply you need to multiply that. Maybe there would be some reduction of network fee, but this is what I have observed, so based on the number of mints, higher the number of mints, it doesn't mean that your network fee or it will reduce to some extent. No, it doesn't work like that. Okay, so as I said, my strategy would be to mint maybe 1 or 2 of whichever tokens that I identify. Okay, and you have to come to in progress. Okay, all basically will give you in progress plus completed. Completed only talks about give you the ones which have got completed. In progress is the one which is going on right now, right? So first thing I told you, number of folders should be large, progress should be around 50 or more than 50%. Okay, and other thing is, if you really want to complete your unisat points, right, which unisat points of 20, what you can do is you can simply choose a time when the gas prices are low. Generally, since I'm in the PST time zone, generally in the around night time, after 10 p.m. 10:30 p.m. up to midnight, I've seen that gas prices are really low. For EST time zone, it would be somewhere midnight, 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. And for Europe, it would be somewhere around morning 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. I think that's where the gas prices are low. So if you want to mint, probably you can identify these times and you can go ahead mint. But another thing you need to consider is some of the good projects, they don't still these minting of these tokens or these projects are getting launched in a very private group. So until unless you have access to these private groups or somebody, it is very difficult to understand when some of the projects are going to get launched. Okay, so it is very difficult. You can't be sitting here and clicking on in progress on your laptop and checking which project is minting, right? Because this is a 24-hour process, right? So if you are able to do that, and if you can check every 1 hour interval, it's really good, because the projects which one of the way to find out whether the project is really doing well is to see how these percentages are increasing within 1 hour period. Okay, let's say this project gets launched at right now, right? You will see these percentages getting filled up or getting increased very quickly. Maybe within 1 hour or 2 hours or even 4 to 5 hours, this entire mint will get completed. So that's another way to know whether certain projects will do well or no, right, in the future. Because if it's getting minted so fast, that means there is a lot of network, there's a lot of community members after this, right? As we said that in crypto, network effect, the number of community members decide the price of the token or anything. For example, Pepe has done so well. Why? Because there are more than 100,000 people who are holding Pepe coins, right? So network effect, the number of community members are very, very important. So coming back to this, as I said, find out at a different time interval of the day when you find these when you find that there are large number of holders for certain projects, it's filling up fast. But again, at that point of time, because there will be a lot of network congestion, your gas prices would be high. Okay, so it's the interplay of gas prices versus how easily you can mint. If you choose a night time, as I said, PST time 10:30, maybe the gas prices would be pretty low, but you'll not find holders more than 800 or 400 or maybe 1000, so those kind of projects you will get. But again, the gas fee would be pretty less. So if you really want to just get the mint mint unisat points, maybe you can adopt that strategy. But if you are really focused on projects, then I would say you can go ahead and do this. Again, let's say if you are minting coin, don't mint more than 1 or 2 tokens. I'll tell you why you should not mint more than 1 or 2 tokens until and unless you are pretty sure about the project, you are pretty sure about the community, you know the project in and out, then you can mint a higher amount. Okay, so I made that mistake. Okay, I'll tell you how. See, I minted a token yesterday. Okay, let me show you what mistake I did. So I minted a token which is 0RDX. Okay, I followed the same strategy. I saw the hype around, it was filling up very fast. It had the around more than 1000 holders. So since it was progressing, this bar was progressing very fast. For example, you can see here CTRO now is sitting at 88.19%. I just hurried up and I thought this project will do well. So I went ahead and minted 25 of them. Okay, but the problem is, if you look at here in my see these 25 tokens, if you look at here, they all have minted. Okay, but only out of those only one of them has got the inscription. Okay, so I ended up paying around $400 or I think 300 plus dollar in gas fee, but I got only one inscription. Okay, and I'll tell you why I'm saying that. If you come here in the marketplace and if you go to my inscription, and you can see here ORDX, and it clearly shows me that I have only one inscription. Each mint was having 1000 tokens. Okay, so I have only 1000 available. Ideally I should see here 25,000 ORDX, right? But I got only one ORDX. Okay, and I actually approached their Telegram group and I wanted to understand the reason that why I ended up paying for 25 mints, which is effectively around 300 USD in terms of the gas fee. But what I got was only one mint, which is 1000 tokens. And you can see here all these mints are having the confirmation number, right? For example, 4972763, because earlier it was showing as unconfirmed, but now it shows it has a confirmation number, right? So all these mints happened, but I got only one inscription worth 1000 tokens available. So the reason that I was provided to by the community members was that because my gas fees were overrun by other people who try to mint. So if your gas fees are less, you may get overrun by other people or other members who are trying to mint at the same time. And so what happens is that I don't know whether because in my case the minting has happened. Okay, minting has happened, it is successful, right? So what I understood from all the discussions and all the people, that in BRC20 the same token can be minted or can be minted multiple times, and I'll tell you why I'm saying that. I will show you one examples. Okay, but the top one gets the highest priority. The one who minted the first time, or there should be a provision that after somebody has minted, nobody else can mint that, right? So I don't know whether this can be monitored at the contract level. The person who is deploying the contract, if he can do it, if he can manipulate, I really do not know. I mean, it's still a black box for me. But the key point that I'm trying to highlight here is, if in a certain project, if you are trying to mint, okay, and you see that this bar is getting filled quickly, first thing you should do, you should not mint a very high number of mints. Okay, don't put 10, 15, 20. Maybe if you are risk prone, you can go for 5 to 10, I would say, because I tried to be aggressive and I lost around 24 mints worth of gas fees. Okay, I have got only one mint. Okay, so I don't want you to make the same mistake. So diversify for the initial period, right? Again, this site is a little buggy. it doesn't, you don't know, it's like a black box and you're trying to discover every day. Okay, so I would say don't mint for more than 5 for every project. Okay, and as I said, go for a large number of folders. And other, so this is one strategy, right? That's diversify, don't mint for more than 5 mints per project, right? Also, when you're minting, and if the gas fees are if the mint is happening very quickly, I would say, when you let's say in this project, right, if I were to mint, let's say I mint 2, then what I'm going to do is, and this is something that I learned, go for a higher gas fee so that you don't get overrun by somebody. And at least I have not tried that, but this is the reason that was given to me from the Telegram members, that if your transactions get overrun by somebody else, you may not get the inscription done, you may not get those mint or tokens. So it is better to put a higher amount so that your transactions do not get overrun, and at least for the amount that you pay, you get some inscription. Okay, so this is a very hard lesson that I learned, and that's why I said that these are the pitfalls or issues you must avoid. Don't get caught up by some YouTuber saying that he's making $1 million and you should also do that. In that process you may end up losing a lot of money. Okay, so this is something that you need to take care. Okay, coming back to my BRC20 in progress. So this is one strategy. Second strategy is that if you just want to have 20 unisat points, right, so that you can trade on this marketplace, you can actually choose a appropriate time. As I said, 10:30 PST, equivalent EST would be around midnight or 2 o'clock morning, and then go for the projects. Choose 6 or 7 projects. Okay, and just go ahead and mint 1 or 2 mints for each project, and get, for every mint you get 1 unisat points. That way you end up paying less gas fees because there is not much of competition, it is not filling up fast. Okay, and then you end up paying less gas fees, and then you get 20 unisat points. So that would be another strategy to play in this market, right? And then you can actually, once you do that, then you can go to the marketplace and buy some of the existing ones which are really doing good. Okay, and where you can actually make a lot of money. Okay, so that is the second way to play around. Okay, another important thing I would like to highlight here is that if you look at my unisat points, I have 35. So as I said, I minted 25 of that token called 0RDX, right? So though my inscription was not successful, but I got the points for those 25. So this is something very important, because if you are thinking from the point perspective, yes, it served my purpose, though I lost those tokens, but at least I got the points. So I just wanted to share that with my viewers. Okay, so these are some of the things you need to be worried about. Okay, as I said, mint with a large number of holders, look at the progress, look at the gas fees while minting, even during the day. Okay, don't mint more than 5 mints or maximum 10 mints, because if some of these inscriptions are not made available to you, you will basically lose the money that you spent on the gas fee. Okay, then yeah, other thing I want to understand, I want to explain is about the marketplace. Okay, so you see here, let's talk about Audi. Okay, so what does these really mean? Okay, so let me explain that. Okay, so let me first give you a brief description about what is SATs. SATs is basically Satoshi. Okay, so 1 Bitcoin is equal to 100 million Satoshi. 100 million is basically, if you put 80 after 1, that's 100 million. Okay, so 1 Bitcoin equals 100 million Satoshi. Satoshi is here shown as SATs. Okay, now we are looking at Audi, and here is the number called 100. So 100 means that these are 100 tokens of Audi. Okay, so somebody is selling 100 tokens of Audi for this price, $2018.81. So how do you get this dollar number? Okay, so before that, so what are these things, right? So it basically means that if you these 100 tokens, right, it is valued at 2018.81, the buyer would have to pay 2018.81, right? So it has so many sats. So basically it means that per OD, which is 100, right? And if you convert these 2018.81, so let's do that. Okay, Control C into BTC. Okay, so I am showing you how do these numbers come. Okay, so I am showing you this is the dollar number, and let's look at the what is the BTC price. Okay, so if you look at the BTC price, BTC currently sitting at 27,752. So let's take that 27,652, right? This is what we saw, I think. 27,752. Sorry, 752. Okay. Okay. Now, if I come back to the marketplace, it says 100 OD, 100 OD at 73,000 sats. Okay, so 100 OD at 73,000 sats would be 100 times 73,000, right? So many sats is giving you those 100 OD, right? Now, as I said, Bitcoin price is this. So if you multiply this, right? If you multiply this with or maybe you have so many sats, right? So if you convert it into these sats into BTC, right? So if I divide this number of sats by 100 million, right, I will get 0.073, right? So it basically means that this amount that you are showing here is in BTC. Okay, so as I said, let me explain it once again. You have 100 OD, right? Per OD it is listed at 73,000 sats, right? So if I multiply 100 with 73,000 sats, I will get around 7.3 million sats, right? If I divide by, and I told you 1 Bitcoin equals 100 million sats. If I divide this by 100 million, I get 0.0373 in terms of BTC, right? So this is the BTC, so many BTC, right? If I multiply this with this value, right? If I multiply this with this BTC price, current market price, you will see here we will roughly land up at the value which is listed here, right? 2018.81. This value is fluctuating because of the Bitcoin price is fluctuating, right? So roughly, so I wanted to show you how to read this, in terms of the number of sats. This is per OD, this is the amount 20.19. If you multiply 100 with that, you will get the total value of these 100 OD, and you get a number of sats is basically multiply 100 with 73,000. That's how you get 7.3 million sats. You divide by 100 million to get the number of BTC. You multiply the number of BTC with the BTC price, you will end up with this figure. So I wanted to show you how to read this so that you can. Now let's come to how do you sell your inscription. So let's say I want to sell my ORDX or 0RDX, right? So the way you do it, you can come here and you can do inscribe transfer. Okay, and once you right now I think it is not connected to my wallet. That's the reason it is okay, let me do that again. Yeah, this was not connected. So if you connect it here, then you can come to inscriptions, and let's say you are doing listing for OR0. So you have to inscribe first, inscribe and transfer before you can sell. Okay, so I have how much available? 1000 ORDX. So I'll click on inscribe transfer. I'll put the amount. In this case, because it's better to put it as inscribe it in terms of a good number. So I would say let's put it 1000. Okay. Which is what is available. You can put any amount. You can put 50, 100, 200. It depends on you. Okay, so I put 1000. Then you have to pay some amount BTC fee, and that's how you inscribe. Okay, I'm not going to pay because I'm not going to sell. I don't want to sell it right now. I'm waiting for prices to appreciate. But once you inscribe it, okay, then it will appear here, and then you can list it for whatever price that you desire to. So based on the price that you fix, it will automatically calculate the number of satoshis, okay, per ORDX, okay, and market may be market price could be more. You can see here people have listed with different number of satoshis, right, depending upon what price you set, right. Some, if you go to, let's say, highest value, I see here 85,000 satoshis, or even more. If you go to the last one, I would say it's like 1 million satoshis, which is a very high price. Okay, so depending upon what price you set, accordingly it will determine the sats. And I think it prices here, yeah, you can here it's showing as low to high, so accordingly it will list it here, in the ascending order. So yes, I showed you how what are the different things you need to be worried about. Okay, how do you sell? Okay, let's come quickly to ordinal marketplace. I wanted to quickly show you what you need to be worried about here. In ordinal marketplace, the way you get Bitcoin is similar to what I showed you for unisat. You have to send it from Coinbase. Once you get a Bitcoin, I tried to do some transaction. I bought one domain, .sat domain, okay, which I have listed here. But important thing to remember here is the way you go to these collections is basically you come to collections here, and then for example I bought .sats domain, .sats domain. So I'll show you. You have to come here and find out where is the .sats domain. Okay, I think it is at this place only. Right now I'm not able to see it. Sub 100, sub 1k Bitcoin wizards. Oh god, yeah, you can see here sat names. If you click on this, so there are multiple domains here listed with the .sats extension. You can purchase it here. Okay, it's still loading it. Yeah, so you can see here these SAT domains, sats domain. This is another thing which could take off in the future. So if some of you are trying to get into this is also very good. Right now there are a lot of .sats domain available. I wanted to give some important tip here. It looks like that anybody, for example, on unisat marketplace also, if somebody wants to go ahead and inscribe, let's say, a domain name, okay, so you can see here also .sats domain name is available. And let's say you want to not this one, you want to inscribe a domain name, okay, or let's say you want to mint one. So if I say wallet.sats, this is a very pricey one, wallet.sats, but the important thing is you can actually mint any domain here. Okay, how is it possible? So what I learned is that even this one I can go ahead and mint it. But what I learned is that even though many people can mint it, the one who has minted the first, I think that's what you can trade, and that's what is people would be buying, or that has that those are the ones which have got good values, or they'll have the maximum values, I would say. Anything after that would be very I would say meaningless. So for example, this is the API. I will list this API in the description, very important. So for example, let's say I want to see wallet, okay, who has minted or how many people have minted. If I click on wallet, you can see here, I think not here, let me take it to Internet Explorer, because on Google Chrome it doesn't show properly, I think. Okay, so if I go here, you can see here so many people have minted, 1 2 3 4, I don't know how many. These are all the inscription number. Okay, so you can see here the first guy who has minted is 168919. So this is going to carry value. Okay, so if anytime you are trying to purchase a .sats domain, you must come here to this address, check for the inscription number, okay, and and see whether this number matches with what is getting displayed on ordinals, right? So you can see your inscription number, okay. So the one that matches the top one, you should only purchase those ones, because there are a lot of such domains which are getting listed with multiple people have inscribed. So you may end up paying a very large amount of money, Bitcoin, for something which could be trash. So I wanted to also mention this, because though I checked it, but I have minted correctly for my inscription, because I did check that before minting. But if any of you are trying to get into .sats domain, and if you come here on unisat, as I said, you would be able to mint this wallet.sats, but this may not be this may be in terms of the hierarchical order, this may be the last one at the very bottom, and this may not carry any value, though you are minting and you will get you have to pay $10.54, but eventually this could be worth, you know, in cents, or or may not be that also, okay. So this is something you need to be very beware of, especially if you are trying to get into the domain market. The top one carries the maximum, the top one that I showed you, this inscription number will carry value, and it will carry immense value. Wallet.sats is one of a very precious domain name. Whosoever is having it, he could be potentially be able to sell it for $1 million, okay. So I minted this one again, okay, that's one. Second thing I wanted to talk about is that while minting, especially on the Ordinal wallet, okay, other thing that I came across, that it shows you on this page, it shows you a mint price, okay, but when you eventually mint, you end up paying more money, okay. For example, here, if you come here, let me show you some example. For example, it's showing us BTC 0.0002, okay, but when I minted for previous .sats which I minted, it was also showing 0.0002, but when I minted, I ended up paying around 100 USD, or in terms of the Bitcoin, probably you can convert $100 into Bitcoin, but I think it's 0.0036 Bitcoin. I ended up paying that amount. So you need to be very careful about these as you buy these domains. What is showing here, I mean 0.0002 is roughly how much, $6 or $10, but you will end up paying around $90 or $100, right? So if you look at here, I had around $150 in my wallet, but right now I have only $40, okay. So that is something you need to be very careful on ordinalswallet.com. That's one. Second thing is, I was you know, I felt really bad that I, you know, instead of paying $10, I had ended up paying $100. So I wanted to cash out my money, 39.19, and when I tried to send this money to my unisat wallet, it did not allow me, okay. It's saying that the minimum amount is less, I mean minimum amount you are sending, you don't have enough balance to send the amount, you need to have a minimum balance to send it to your wallet, okay. So be careful. If you bring in any money, you might get stuck your money, you may not be able to send it out until unless it's a good amount of money. Like for example, if you're trying to send, let's say $100 or more than $50, possibly you could be able to cash out or send it out to your unisat wallet from Ordinal wallet. But these are some of the things you need to be careful about, okay. So I think I made a long video. I wanted to basically make a short video, but I am there were so many things to talk about. I have ended up spending I think more than 30 minutes. So let me wind up this video, but I would say that if you are trying to get into a BRC20 marketplace, the best strategy would be don't learn this, okay. Get yourself educated, study all these marketplaces. There are a lot of problems with even unisat.io marketplace. Start with say around $500 or $600. Also try to get these 20 unisat points. You know, you can follow any of my strategy 1 which I talked about. Go for a good projects and mint very less amount. but you may end up paying a higher gas fee. As I told you, if you pay low gas fee, you might get overrun by another transaction, and you may end up losing all the gas fees that you have paid. That's a strategy one. Second strategy is, don't go for these projects. Look for a period when the gas prices are really low, and then go ahead and mint 20, maybe spread across 10 different projects with a better number of holders, and mint 2 of each, so that at least you get 20 unisat points, and then you can start using this marketplace where you can trade, you can buy and sell, which is where the actual value is being created. And currently the market cap is around 100 billion. Let's say you buy one of these tokens, let's say this token, for say $2,000, and if the whole market goes 20 times, this will be priced at $40,000. So there is a lot of money sitting here, which if it really takes off, you can really make a lot of money. I'm not saying become a millionaire, but yeah, on the path to millionaire. Now, unlike other YouTubers who say that get into and make millions, and then you end up losing money. So let me conclude my video. Thank you. If you have watched the entire video, please do like and subscribe my video, so that I keep making such videos, and I keep getting motivated, and keep showing you, giving you data, what you need to be aware of, what pitfalls and issue you must be willing to look at or address, or at least study about, and avoid these pitfalls and issues, so that you don't end up losing money. So thank you so much, and bye. Thank you.